Hour 26. So, hello. Hey. Sorry. How's it going? So I woke up today and I was £285. And I'm not happy with that. So I'm gonna do something about that. What? What do you want? Yeah? Does this mean we're hungry? Everyone's hanging out with me in the kitchen? Yeah? Well, I'm trying to talk about how I'm gotten a little fat again. You guys are like, we don't care what you look like. You're our dad. We love you either way. I appreciate that, but... Hi. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Okay, let's feed you guys. Video log of me feeding my dogs. This is just A1 content. You guys can see my missing drawers that I broke because I'm angry. Should we open the new bag? Oh. Should I talk more while the camera's on? I don't know. Look out, I'll cut your face, kid. Yeah. There we go. Watch out. Smell good? You know what? We'll just turn the camera on. Do whatever. Do not worry about it. Big scoop for Bentley. Medium scoop for Molly. A big scoop for a growing girl Miracle, who's still a pup. And then a little shot ski for the cats. Vlogs. Cats are always first, obviously. It's their house, not really mine. Hi. Hi. Yeah? Hold on, I gotta tilt this. And then I can see you guys better. Hi. Are you hungry? Okay. They eat up in their little nook, away from the dogs. I had two other cats who disappeared because I'm a bad pet owner that lets his cats roam free. Apparently that makes you a bad person. I mean, what doesn't make you a bad person these days? Everything makes you a bad person. And everybody thinks because they believe a certain ideology that makes them a good person. And it's more of your character that makes you a good person, not the ideologies that you think are right. Ah, sit down. Stay. Molly, you don't have to sit. You're old. Yeah, you just lay there. Sit, big guy. Sit. No. Hey. Sit. Good boy. Stay. Not yet. Not yet. Okay. Molly's old, so Molly's not as quick, and she tends to not sit anymore. She'll just lay down. I think it hurts to sit. Her two back legs, I think, are going. I used to stretch them out for her. She used to like it, and then one day I tried to do it, and I just heard a bunch of cracking, so I never touched her legs again. Poor girl. And while they do that, I'm gonna get. So yeah, I woke up this morning, weighed myself, 285. Not impressed at all with myself. I eat terrible. I know how to eat good. I'm very informed on how to exercise as well. I have all the knowledge, and honestly, with technology these days, you have all the tools to do everything right, but you know, tracking your calories and obviously working out and tracking that exercise program that you're doing. What's my excuse? I smoke too much weed. Hello! Surprise, surprise. Yeah, weed is not some miracle drug, by the way. I know I might catch a lot of hate for that too, but guess what? It's not. That's just, you know, when you use logic and common sense, this is what happens. I don't hate that it's legal here in Canada, but I don't love it either.
The stigma's gone.
Okay. And all that supposed tax revenue, like the argument before weed was legalized, they're like, well, look at Colorado and California, and they mentioned these states that had just recreational marijuana use or medical use. Like, they use the taxes for this, this, and this. Since we've legalized weed, I haven't Googled it or anything, but since I haven't even washed these yet. Since we legalized weed, where's all the tax money gone that apparently the government gets from all this jazz? Like, why are we so broke as a country when legalizing weed was supposed to bring in all this tax revenue for all, like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. This big push to legalize weed, and the argument was the tax money can go to schools, hospitals, you know, all those services that should be getting money in the first place, especially the hospitals. But then here in Alberta, you Google the board of directors. I don't know if it's a board of directors. The people who run Alberta Health Service, like, and then you see their salaries. You look at the salaries of anybody who runs anything. Man, they get paid a lot to do nothing. They don't put themselves in danger. Besides being politicians, I guess they put themselves in danger. But as compared to a police officer, power linemen, electricians, dudes that work on the rigs, any oil and gas person, because they are in constant danger doing this work. Yeah, like politicians don't really put their lives, like, we pay them so much to do a job that could be done after your 9 to 5. you know, and I'm gone into a spell in my brain right now. But it blows my mind. When I get thinking too hard, I get stuck in my head, but yeah. If you have half a brain, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And I think hating the government, you shouldn't hate anything or anyone, but disliking the government or hating the government, I don't know. I hate the government, and I think everybody should. What are they here for? To mismanage the boatloads of cash that we give them every 2 weeks or twice a month or however you're paid? We pay them how much to mismanage the money? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, if you're a bank and some dude mismanages your money, or some girl, or some whatever you want to call yourselves these days, mismanages millions of dollars in a bank, that person gets fired. Yeah, you pay him a lot of money, but if he mismanages the money, they fire them, they sue them, they take them to the ringer, they ruin their lives, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. But when politicians mismanage money, we re-elect them. Like, I don't want to bring up the left and the right side of the coin, you know. It's the same coin. It's the same face on each side. We don't need a coin. You know? We don't need a coin. There's ideologies on the left and there's ideologies on the right that are both beneficial. But if we were to actually figure that out, which they don't want us to, they don't want us figuring that out. If we actually figured that out, we wouldn't have a lot of issues that we have right now. But everybody seems to be so stuck on that they're right. I'm doing the right thing. I'm the hero of this story. And it's like, okay, but how much are you trying to help and how much are you trying to like gain a following online? That's one thing I noticed is like, do you really care about the things that you preach, or are you stuck in the rat race just as much as any other Goomba, and you also will do anything to get out of it? So you abandon morals, you abandon different ideologies for these other ideologies. And I don't care if it's left or right. It's just get that out of your head right now that there's a left and a right. I'm talking about people in general. And guess what? There's people on the left and the right that are exactly what I'm talking about. Excuse me. You know, like, we're all stuck in this friggin' rat race together, and we will all, it's like we'll eat each other alive to get out of it, you know? It's like you put a bunch of rats in a bucket, you know, and they're gonna crawl all over each other to get out of it. And that's what, even though I love capitalism, that's what, and it's not really capitalism. It's corrupt capitalism. It is disease capitalism. This isn't capitalism, you know? Oh, what do you want, communism? I'm like, well, friggin' man, like, in a sense, you don't want communism, you don't want capitalism, you don't want socialism, you don't want a dictatorship, you don't want tyranny. You want to live your life freely. This is what libertarians want. They want you to... I don't even know that much about libertarians yet. I'm still learning. But I'm just saying, we all have a right to live here however we want, morally, within moral reason. And even morality is questioned these days. It's like, oh, well, how far can we push the limits on that? How, like, I ain't bringing the subject up because it's a tough subject and people, I'm not bringing it up. Not bringing it up. If I was not on YouTube, posting this on YouTube, I'd talk about it, but I don't know, maybe I'm not ready to get that controversial. I don't want to be that controversial. This first channel's all just called Kelsey Talks Too Much, and I'm clearly right now talking too much, but I'm just speaking what's on my mind. I only ever speak the truth, and if I don't know the truth, I try to find out the truth. I mean, I know how to use Google, as biased as Google is, because big tech owns everything, and big tech has a bias. It has, a lot of big tech is run by people that have a political agenda, have their own ideologies that they think are right, and no one questions them, and they don't allow someone to question them so that they can figure out, oh, maybe I am wrong. Maybe that's another thing about people, is that they don't want to admit that they're wrong, but they are wrong. This thing's still pointed down. I'm ranting good. Maybe you guys can't see my face. Not that anybody wants to see that. Yeah, people think that they're right all the time, like, because I believe a certain way or I voted for a certain political party, that I am right. I'm a good person because I voted for this party. And it's like, no, but who you vote for doesn't make you a good person. How you treat others, how you conduct yourself as a human, your character, that's what makes you a good person. And that's the mind twist when I get thinking about this too much, is if people realized how much more in common we have with each other, this battle between left and right wouldn't be so prominent in society. Man, that screws me up every time. It's screwing me up right now. Like, what if you just actually talk to people more, dropped your pride a little in thinking you're right all the time. This tripod is crooked again. Sorry. Yeah, drop your pride a little and realize, hey, I could be wrong here. Maybe I'll learn something new. And then we can all move along in life. But we got so set on every social issue. And a lot of the times, there's social issues that don't even affect us. They are issues that have no direct effect on us. Yes, they may affect people you know and love, and that drives you as well. Think about that. But still, the individual you, if it doesn't affect you directly, why let it stress you out? Why let it take energy from you like that? And that goes for anything you see on the internet, from whichever propaganda political party you want. Like, whatever propaganda, pick it. My algorithm right now on social media sites, guess what, is pretty far right. Not far alt-right that everybody claims I am, but it's pretty right. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but there's things from the left that I also care about. Like, there's ideologies on, like people shouldn't have to live on the streets. No doubt. People should be allowed to live their lives however they want. I've talked about this in other videos already. I'm just like a broken record saying the same shit over and over again now. What do you think, Miracle? What do you think? Should we just make dog content? Should we just make dog content? Just Miracle content? We could make just Miracle content. All we'd have to do fill this out. So yeah, I sort of ended my rant there. I'm sorry. I'm not, like, I don't want the content to be like that. Like I already said though, it's the thing's called Kelsey Talks Too Much. You know, like, the whole point of this is that you're talking too much, so continue talking. But I'm talking about the same things that I've probably already talked about other videos. But then it's called I talk too much, so I'm stuck, and now I'm in a loop. It's funny. So, okay, well, we'll stop talking about that. You guys can watch me friggin' wash these jars. I was gonna make some bone brothy to drink, but because I was 285 pounds this morning. Like, look at that. That's gross. Man, I don't care about, I haven't talked about this yet, this body positivity stuff. There's nothing positive about this. I stink. This is terrible. I haven't showered yet today. This is laziness. This is not good. This is not healthy. Lizzo, no. These people that promote obesity, like, why are we promoting obesity? Do you want to know why we promote obesity? Because obese people are sick. Obese people get sick all the time. They have broken everything in their bodies. They're a great profit margin for Big Pharma. And I got laughed at. Some person that lives in the area said I was unhinged because I don't trust doctors. I don't trust Big Pharma. I haven't even touched these jars yet. They call me unhinged, and I'm like, are you, like, I'm unhinged for not trusting the doctors? I'm unhinged for not, like, what happened to hating corporations and hating Big Pharma? 6 years ago, people were like, screw you, Monsanto. Screw you, Big Pharma. And I don't think anybody could have named a big pharmaceutical company at the time. Nobody even knew anybody until you know what happened 3 friggin' years ago. And then they knew. Then they found out who Big Pharma was, and they just went along with them. They're like, oh, this is Big Pharma? You can tell us what to do. Never mind. Da-da-da. But yeah, and people will remember 6 years ago when we hated Monsanto and we protested against corporations and yada yada, this, that, and the third. And then you know what happens? And all of a sudden, Big Pharma is here to save us. It is Big Pharma's day. We're gonna make so much money off of you guys. Put a lot of people into poverty. Like, there's more people in poverty right now, isn't there? The stats aren't lying. Like, things are chaotic. But, you know, and that's, what happened? Where did that shift? Because anybody who has half a brain knows what I'm talking about right now. And I'm talking about that time in existence where it was cool to hate Big Pharma and hate corporations. And then that other time in human history where all of a sudden it became, we love you, Big Pharma. Thanks for saving the day. And we love you, corporation. Thanks for saving the day. But I'm a conspiracy theorist. They call me, they label me alt-right, they label me a conspiracy theorist. But when I tell them to follow the money, they don't do it. And I'm telling you, when you start figuring out how finances work, who owns what, man, when you learn about hedge funds, oh boy. It's like nobody remembers 2008 and nobody saw the 2015 movie, The Big Short, or they didn't take the time to understand that movie. Oh, man. I get fired up when I think about this stuff because, like I said, it's like a trend. It was trending to hate corporations and big pharma, and now it's like trendy to love them.